What's up, content creators? My name is See-Through, and welcome to Get Good, my second YouTube channel where I'm trying to take a bunch of the stuff that I've learned over the past 4 years of content creation and give it to you guys. I remember when I first started, I didn't have nothing, and today we're going to be talking about Streamerbot. I'm going to be doing a lot of content on Streamerbot. Streamerbot is literally amazing. It is a bot that you can use for Twitch or YouTube that literally the sky is the limit. So I'm going to start showing you guys some of the tips and tricks that I know. So let's go ahead and get into it. Without further ado, today we're going to be learning about triggers.
Get good. Elevate your content. Elevate your brand.
All right, so there's a couple different things when you're looking at Streamerbot that you need to know. This is the main page we're going to focus on in this video. I was going to do an intro to Streamerbot, and if you guys want me to do an intro to Streamerbot video, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to do like a breakdown of the super basic simple things. But I'm assuming if you're watching this video that you already know the super basic simple things, but if you don't, like I said, let me know in the comments. But anyway, so we have a normal here. We're going to create a brand new action. Now, an action essentially is a series of things that happen that you want to trigger to happen on your stream. So we're just going to call this test for now, and we're going to leave it in the tutorial group that I've got set up here. Obviously, I've got a lot of other stuff that we will break down and talk about in other videos. If you see anything particular that looks interesting to you, let me know, and we'll definitely break that down in another video for sure. So we've got test here, and for the sake of a very simple idea, over here we have our triggers and our sub actions. Now, when you click on the actions themselves, you will get access to these particular things. For instance, if I go to my bag of coins redeem, you can see that I have one trigger right here, and then I have a bunch of crap that happens down here below it. So that's what we're going to be setting up. So under our test, we want to come up with an idea. Okay, so our idea is just going to be a waving emote that pops up on the screen when people check in to the stream or say hi or something along those lines. So we'll just make it real simple. The very first thing we're going to do is we're going to hop over to OBS and we're going to create a little hi wavy thing. So give me just a second. All right, here we go. So we're going to come down and we're going to add a new scene, and we're just going to call it hello. Okay. Now, as soon as I do this, you're not going to see my cam or hear my audio, so I got to set up a audio and cam scene. Hold on one second. All right, cool. Here we go. All right, so we're down here, a little tiny in the corner. Hello. We are going to create a high waving GIF animation thing. So I am going to select a. Is it going to work for image? And I have this little skeleton guy that waves. Okay. So one of my emotes that pop up on my stream. So essentially, I just want this to pop up. So we're also going to add in a randomization type thing. So I'm going to actually copy this, and we're going to paste a duplicate and paste a duplicate and paste a duplicate. So we're going to take these random ones, and we can just line them up at the bottom of the screen or something like that. Just give it a little randomization like this. There we go. And we're going to disable all these. All right, perfect. So now I'm going to delete this camera and this audio input, and I'll meet you guys back on my other screen. All right, we're back over here on our other screen. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to add a scene, and we're going to find that high scene that we just created. Let's see here. Where's it at? Didn't I call it high? Maybe I called it hello. Was it hello? I think it was hello. Yeah, it was hello. All right, so now we have this hello scene over top of our stuff, and inside of this hello scene, you guys remember we just disabled everything that we put in there, those 4 emotes. So now what we're going to do is we're going to drag this off, and we're going to come over here, and we want to create a group, okay? And now the reason we're going to create 4 groups is we want to randomly select one of these groups, so that it randomly selects one of the emotes each time someone completes the action here. So we're going to rename this. We're just going to rename it 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so here's our groups. Now what we need to do is we need to go to OBS sources, set source visibility state, and we're going to find our hello scene, and we've got high, high 2, high 3, high 4. Okay, so we're going to put high, and we're going to drag that into our first group, and then what we'll do from here is we'll duplicate this, drag that into the second one, duplicate again, drag this into the third one, and duplicate again, drag this into the fourth one. Okay, so now we're going to select number 2, number 3, number 4, just like so. So now we have 4 separate groups with 4 separate positions of highs right here. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to right click on our main action, or you could double click on it either way, and select random action. Now what this is going to do, it's going to select one of these 4 folders to activate. So what we're going to do here now is we want to add a sound. Now there is up under integrations, there is a voice mod section. So if you use voice mod, you can have it activate any sounds from here. But I had an issue where voice mod was like duplicating the sound. It was playing it through voice mod and playing it through my PC. So what I highly suggest you do, instead of using voice mod for sounds, if you go to core, go down to sounds and hit play sound, as long as you have the sound local here on your computer, you can pretty much play a sound instantly just off of an audio file, which is super nice. So I'm going to find, let's see here, let's go to audio sounds maybe. All right, here we go, stream command sounds. So I've got 4 versions of hello here. So I'm actually going to add 1 into each one. And we'll have a totally, oh, you know what else too is this untick this finish playing before continuing. That's gonna stop everything in its tracks and finish the complete audio file before it moves on. I don't like using it, honestly. So we'll go ahead and we'll duplicate this all and drag this down here. Now you can essentially do all this in one group and then just duplicate the group to make it a little bit easier on yourself. But we're going to select the 4 different hello sounds. And let's see here, number 3 and number 4. Okay. Now, I did say we were going to be talking about triggers, and we'll get to that in just a second. We just kind of have to build this little basic thing here. All right, so we've got a random action called test here. It's going to pick between these, and it's going to make the source that we set in OBS visible, and then it's going to play a sound. Okay, and these are 4 separate positions, just to kind of recap, and 4 separate sounds based on the group that it randomly picks. So now what we're going to want to do now is we're going to want to delay this. Now 1000 is 1 second, 2000 is 2 seconds, 500 is half a second. So what we'll do here for this one is we'll just go ahead and just say 2000 for a delay, and we'll put this after the sound. Make sure it's actually lined up with the lightning bolts there. And we're going to duplicate this again, drag it down, duplicate, drag it down. Same thing over and over. Now do me a favor, and if this is helping you out at all, this is a new channel, and I would greatly appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. And I stream every day on Twitch. Sunday nights, I focus on behind the scenes stream stuff. So if you have any questions, be sure to stop by on Twitch every night, or especially on Sundays. You might learn something. So now that I got that out of the way, we're going to duplicate this visibility state, and we're going to change it to hidden instead of visible. All right, so we're going to come down here, same thing, duplicate, change it to hidden, because we want to hide this guy after we make it appear, right? So there we go. So now essentially in each one of these groups, we're going to make our high emote visible. We're going to play the sound. We're going to delay it 2 seconds, and then we're going to hide the sound. Now what we want to do, typically what I do, and I'll come back over to the hello scene on OBS to show you this one little trick here. Hold on 1 second. All right, we're back on this scene here where we have our little hellos, right? So something I like to do, I'm actually going to turn these off real quick, is I like to add a transition when activated on these things. So I'm going to go to show transition, and I'm going to pick, let's see here. We want it to slide up from the bottom and then slide back down. So we're going to slide up. Yep, which that's perfect. And then on hide, we want it to slide down. So from here, you can go to the show transition. You can copy it and then paste this transition on all the other ones under the show. So we're going to paste that on the show, paste this on the show. There we go. And then we'll go and then we'll copy the hide. And then we'll paste the hide transition on all these as well. Now you can control or shift select them all and paste it that way. So now when we make it visible, it slides up on the screen like that. So it's just a little bit cooler thing, like pa-pow, hi, pa-pow, hi. Check them all, make sure they're all working. All right, cool. Back over to the other scene. All right, so we're back on our game screen here. Like I said, we still got our little nested source scene here in our main thing. Bear with me here. We've got everything here that we need. So now we just need to find a way to activate it. Now there's going to be a couple different things we can do here. And these are probably mainly the most types of triggers that you're going to use. So you can do a command trigger. So we're going to create a command. And I'm just going to call it hi2 because I think I already have a hi maybe. And the command is going to be exclamation hi2. We'll just do it like that. And that's all you have to do. Now you can set a global cooldown, which is going to be how many times someone can activate this, but it counts for everybody. And you can create a user cooldown here, which is user specific. So if you set this to 30 seconds, Bob can type exclamation hi2, and he won't get to type it again for another 30 seconds. So that is an option. You could choose whether you want specific people here to or specific moderators, subscribers, VIPs, all that good stuff. All right, so we're just going to press OK here. And then we're going to come over and I'm going to pull up my chat and we're just going to type exclamation hi2. And what it's going to do is it's randomly going to select one of these groups and play the sound.
Hey, hello. Hey, hello.
So there you go. So you can adjust the delay per each one, and you can add the delay respectively. Obviously, as you see, that one there, he was on the screen for like 5 seconds instead of, the 2 that we actually set. Or at least the sound lasted that long, if that makes any sense. So here, let's try this one more time. Drag this over here. Exclamation hi2.
Hello there.
So there we go. And see how that one was a little shorter? We could make that delay a little shorter. Just, if you're anal like me and you like to try and make things look as good as possible, then they could do that. So another thing we could do here, so you could do that kind of trigger, or you can delete this and you can make it a channel point redeem. So we're going to go to Twitch, channel rewards, reward redemption. We're going to create a reward and it's just going to call it hi. And hi, and we're going to paste it here. You could put the cost that you want it. Typically, if someone's just saying hi, I don't want it to charge them a bunch of channel points, but to each their own on that. You can adjust the color here as well as the global cooldown. Now, there is no individual user cooldown on this for channel point redeems, sadly, but there is a global cooldown. But that means if one person uses it, nobody else can use it until the allotted time that you put inside. So very simply enough, we added a channel point redemption. We can go down here and now we see this new hi thing right here. And if we click it, it's going to do the exact same thing. It's going to pick from 1 or 4 of these. And the last trigger I'm going to talk about here. So we've talked about the command trigger, the reward redemption trigger. And the last one that I'm actually going to discuss with you here is the timed action. Now, specifically for a hello action here, this isn't really going to do a whole lot, but this is another one that I use, timed actions here, and I'll show you exactly how I use it. So essentially, we would create a timer, and I'm not going to create a new timer. I'm just going to go to settings and timed actions. So you can see here, these two are actually disabled, And I do this specifically because if they're enabled, then they will run whether you're streaming or not. If you have Streamerbot open, they will run all the time. And the way that I prevent this is I go to I just have a random action here, and the trigger is OBS stream has started. OBS stream has started and stopped, more or less. So I have these two timers. They activate once the stream has started, and they deactivate once the stream has stopped. Now, to show you kind of an example, I have a monster spawner here, which is a fairly advanced thing that I've been working on for a very long time, but I will show you how it works. And then I've got a loot bag, a random loot bag that spawns as well. And both of these are on a timer. Once again, 180 seconds to 420 seconds. So that's 3 minutes to 7 minutes. In between there is when a random monster is going to spawn. And you can set it to random right here. If you untick this, it'll be just a specific amount of time. But I like it to kind of be randomized for these monster spawners to keep people on their toes, which is pretty fun. And then we have a random loot bag that spawns between, I want to say 25 and 35 minutes is how many seconds all these are. And essentially what this is a loot bag that pops up on the screen. And then it will activate a channel point redemption. And, people will be able to then claim that random loot bag for some gold or currency in the stream. So real quick, I will jump over to my other screen. And I'll show you what happens if... So this monster spawner here, this is all monsters that pop up on my screen. We've got a bunch of random stuff that happens here that I can explain a lot more in detail in a different video if you guys want to see how I came up with this. But more or less the only trigger in this one is a timed action. And that's on that, 4 minute to 7 minute timer. And what will happen is as soon as this is triggered, a monster spawns on the screen. That monster has a health bar. It indicates a random level as well as a random, common, rare, epic, legendary. So a random, whatever that word is, you get what I'm saying. If you know, you know. As well as the name has appeared and attack. So how you attack is this time action also disables, except for this new one we just made, disables every other channel point redemption and only allows attack monster. Okay, so when you attack, the health bar goes down, an attack animation happens, and you just sit here and everybody essentially continues to attack him. And then once he's totally dead, you will see the ability. Here, let's get him dead real quick. Okay, he's got one more health left. And he's dead. Congrats, the monster has been destroyed. Check your XP. So now all the other things have respawned. Now that that is complete, we can check our experience. We can check our gold. All this is stuff, like I said, if you guys want to learn anything about all this, be sure to come by the Twitch and check it out, or just ask me any questions. I'm going to leave the Discord. I'm going to leave the Discord in the description, my other channel in the description, my Twitch in the description, anything and everything. Like I said, whatever you guys need, man, I'm here for you. Absolutely. So we can check our XP, and it tells us that we are level 1 with 68 XP. I can get, like I said, into more detail into that later. I want to try and keep this video as on. It's very hard for me. I really love this stuff. This is my huge passion, and I love getting the community involved with all kinds of different ideas. I've been through hundreds of thousands of ideas over the past couple of years, and I'm really starting to get a handle on it. So hopefully you guys learned a little bit of something. I know, I'm sorry, I'm scatterbrained. It was kind of all over the place. But like I said, hopefully you learned a little bit of something with this and the way the triggers work. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And yeah, never give up on your dreams, man. Keep on going. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.